Hampton Roads has a long-running high school and college sports tradition. It's time to give them the spotlight they deserve. This is 757 Saturday Sports Talk. Here is Matt Hatfield.
And welcome back to 757 Sports Talk. Like, share, and subscribe to CoVA Sports TV and interact with us. We have a special guest with us. You got a chance to watch a couple of highlights from his Bayside Marlins, who are 5-1 on the season. That was from their battle with the Salem Sun Devils a couple weeks back in late September. They're fresh off a 57-3 romp of First Colonial and homecoming before a showdown in the beach against the undefeated Green Run Stallions. We say hello to Coach John White. Coach, how's October and the football season treating you and your squad so far?
We're healthy. Everybody's locked in. We're happy to push through the bye week and, deal with a formidable beach schedule. So we're blessed for each and every opportunity that we get.
For sure. And I want to hit on what's new for this squad this year. We saw a couple of highlights there. One by a freshman who I know you're kin to, and Jair Boogie Collins had the INT late in the fourth quarter. And then Kyron Brown, who goes with the nickname of Flash. He's a returnee from a season ago. Also a guy that's back for you. He started his career with Bayside, went to Indian River and returned your quarterback, Cam Kirby, who's coming off a heck of a showing against First Colonial, 14 of 20 through the air, 250 yards, 3 touchdowns. He also ran for a couple of scores, 88 yards. You get a guy to go for 338 and 5 TDs. I don't care who the competition it is, what day of the week it is. That's not too bad, and you got to feel pretty good about it.
Yeah, I mean, we did what we were supposed to do. We capitalized off of mistakes. We tried to limit our own, even though we had like 17 penalties for 130. So to go by that rubric, if you will, kind of shows what we're capable of doing. And FC is not too bad. We just got out to a good start and kept riding the wave.
Now, you look at this team this year, you have somewhat early, you win your first couple of games out of the chute against Princess Anne and Cox, who had been a thorn in your side. You lose a game to Kempsville, but your group responded from that defeat, and you now have won, I think was it 3 in a row since that point? Tell me about just what you've seen different in the group's mentality, work ethic, mindset, all those things have contributed to where you are in position to potentially get a first-round home playoff game. And I know you want more than just that here in 2025.
Yeah, I think that, you get what you inspect, and I think that a large part of that is based upon your accountability. We looked at it and said, okay, well, schematically or strategically, what we were doing was this was working well for us, but this guy wasn't doing it well. Well, he understood what his errors were, and he fixed it. Because, comparatively speaking, if you say, we lost to a Kempsville team, but the Salem team that beat them, we beat them, kind of like, so we figured it out a little bit. So, stuff like that, that's the only thing that you can do is, you are what you resolve to be. And our guys figured it out versus Salem, after those are consecutive games. We had the Kempsville loss, had to figure out who we were, find our resolve, be accountable for it, and then play a very big, very strong Salem team with a very good running back and a Harden kid. So, we had to figure our stuff out, and that's all you can do in this world, man, is figure it out. And I think that we did that.
We're chatting with John White. He's the head football coach of the Bayside Marlins, our guest here on 757 Sports Talk on CoVA Sports TV. His team at 5-1 getting ready for a key matchup against Green Run on the road for their homecoming, and we'll chat about that here in a moment. But we've hit on the playmakers, Coach, and people know about the history of Bayside studs. You've had the guys like Taquan Smoke Mizell and Quinn Blanding, Anthony Cooper, Henry Coley, Demetrius Nicholson, a Gatorade State Player of the Year. But the linemen don't get the love or the shine of the glory. You have 2 at your guard positions that are seniors, Ashton Smith and Will Johnson. I know Will plays a key role on defense. So tell me about what they've meant to your team, because they don't get the attention, but without their contributions, you're not sitting at 5-1 having a chance to compete for top spot in the beach and even top spot in the region.
True. Ashton, Aiden, who's at the center, and Will, who's a three-year starter for us. All 3 of them have been the pillar of what we do. We're not just a right-handed team or a left-handed team. We go either way because of those 3. They communicate pre-snap. Sometimes we also operate by the concept of what's understood doesn't need to be said. So we don't need to shout things right before the play. They just get it. So those 3 fully understand how cerebral this game is and how important it is to be strong in the middle. They work their tails off in regards to not just lifting the weight room, but taking care of their bodies, which comes with what you do in the weight room, and getting out there early to prep themselves. So those three have been as important, as Cam and as Flash. So they've been fantastic. Plus, Ashton and Will do a very big job for us on defense as well.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You can just see that they both stand out, and the line play is essential for you. For this team to be 5-1, I'm sure those are the expectations you set coming in to be in position to be the best team in the beach and compete regionally, statewide. Now you get ready to take on a team that's won 49 in a row in the district regular season-wise, 57 when you count their playoff victories and success with a few region championships. What's made Green Run so difficult for people in your district to defeat, and how do you go about stopping them and beating them?
I think with any really good team, no matter what the sport is, whether it's individual or, whether you're wrestling, tennis, whatever it is, success breeds success. You get that one, then you get that two. You got to call that a streak and just build on it. And you do the things that you were supposed to do to be successful. In this game of football, you block well and tackle well. And I think they built upon that. Brandon's built a really good staff over there. Q did well. Q Trepay's done a good job at Norview, and everything like that. He's got some really good concepts, and they've had some pretty good quarterbacks come through and do, and carry it for him a little bit. So that's part of the reason why they've been successful. But success breeds success, and they've always done a good job of responding when they make a mistake. They bounce back from it. This year, I think they had 2 close games in which their backs were against the wall and they responded well. So the same concept that we had versus Kinsfield. So, that's all you can get from high school guys or any sport period at any level. So I think that they did a good job with that. So very excited about what's going to happen on Friday.
Forgive me for asking this because it's a silly media question. I believe a few years back you all established like a rivalry, like a friendship cup type of thing. People see that with like the battle for Paul Bunyan's axe in college football and different things like that. They have a trophy. Does that still exist with you guys then? Because it is a rivalry game for Bayside and Green Run that goes back many, many years.
Yeah, it's still a thing. They just have it. They just had it for so long. We ain't seen it. They walk out with it like this and just walk back off. But yeah, Coach Conyers, who was there for a second, Justin Conyers established it, just to kind of, just to keep the rah-rah stuff down a little bit. And it was a good idea. We split the price of the trophy from our booster club to his booster club at the time. And it worked out well. Went back and forth for a little. We had it for a couple of years, then they got it. And then since COVID, they've been rolling. So, like I said, we're eager to prep this week, deal with whatever weather we get during the week, and show up on Friday, play some football.
And you mentioned Coach Payton. I know he's a Hampton University guy like yourself, former standout linebacker at Bayside. You were, and then played your college football at HU, so you're still celebrating, basking in the glory of the Pirates' win over Norfolk State here recently. But before we let you go, I do have to ask you, too, what would it mean to knock Green Run off? Because nobody's done it. People have come close. You've mentioned it, Kempsville, Salem. They've been on the verge. Even your team has had segments or quarters where you've been competitive with them or had some bright moments. But to do it for a full 48-minute game or longer, as we've seen some overtime games here throughout the area, if it requires that, what would it mean for you on the checklist and goals that your program has here in 2025?
I think it'll add to the intrinsic motivation of our guys. They work their tails off. They know what's necessary to be successful, especially in regards to a team aspect like this. So I think we take care of business on Friday. It's just one of those pillars that we can just establish for ourselves, that we can lean on, things get tough. And it'll be a good life experience for our community and everything like that. Same thing when we, got the Cox win and the Salem win and Lansdowne win, because Lansdowne's a good team. It's just kind of hard to see right now, but they are a good team. I think it'll be something that will be real big for our community and for everyone to build on. So I think it'll be fantastic.
Bayside trying to get to 6-1 in the season as they get ready to take on the Green Run Stallions, undefeated, one of just 2 unbeatens in Hampton Roads, along with Pocosin here in 2025. He is Coach John White of the Marlins. Thank you so much. We'll see you on Friday, and have a great weekend.
Appreciate you, Matt. Thank you.
That is John White, our guest here, the head football coach of the Marlins. We got more coming your way at 757 Sports Talk, and you're watching with us on CoVA Sports TV. Stay tuned.